Here with one of the best incoming sophomores in the country, Sydney Douglas, and a huge opportunity, just a huge blessing and a huge honor that she will be not only the tallest member, but one of the youngest members of the USA Under-19 national team, getting ready to compete in Brno, Czech Republic, July 12th through the 20th at the FIBA U19 World Cup. Sid, obviously, you have been a veteran of the training camp circuit, you know, whether it's been the mini camps or obviously the full-blown training camps. You can probably tell people in Colorado more about Colorado Springs than the actual residents at this point. But when you finally hear that announcement and hear the blessing of the fact that you will be one of those 12 women to be part of this incredible group that has not only arguably the best player in the class of 2028, but being paired with the best players in the class of 2025 in Sienna Betts and Jazzy Davidson. Just I know it probably won't truly sink in until you arrive in the Czech Republic, but just the fact that you are going to be a member of Team USA at 16 years old, just how powerful is that?
It felt really great to hear my name get called. I was really excited. It hasn't sunk in yet, but I'm really excited to get to play with this group of girls. I'll get to learn so much, and I think we'll have a great time over in the Czech Republic. I'm really excited. So
it was front of mind for me when I had the blessing of interacting with you back in December at Nike Tournament of Champions, and you had just finished playing against Grandview, Colorado, and Sienna Betts, and obviously, you know, you and I talked about at that point, like just the not only the thousands of hours that she has in her career, you know, on you, but the hundreds of games that she has on you. The fact that we fast forward from December to June, and you're now going to be teammates with her. I mean, obviously, you have demonstrated that you can hold your own on the court against, you know, any post player of any grade, of any age at any school in the country. But how meaningful is it that, you know, in that span of time from December to June, that, you know, all the people with USA Basketball also believe that as well?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I'm really excited to get to play with Sienna. I think she has great like knowledge of the game, and I think I could really learn a lot from her. And I'm really excited to get to just play under her and like play beside her too, and just get to learn from her.
In what ways, and like, how are you most proud of that evolution, that development, that improvement, that growth? You know, to be able, because like I said, you are a veteran of going to multiple Team USA, you know, camps, and so you've, you know, being able to apply all of that knowledge and all of that wisdom and all of that experience, but also, you know, just from the high school season until now, just what means the most to you, or what are you proudest of in terms of that development? To, you know, it's not like you haven't been on USA Basketball's radar, but now you are, you know, forever part of the family. Yeah,
it feels good because, you know, I've tried out like twice for the team and I haven't made it, but this feels good. It's good to, I don't know, I made the highest team in the youth, so that's good. I mean, I don't know, I'm really proud of myself. I feel like all my hard work is finally showing off, and I'm just really proud of myself. I mean, I haven't made the rest of the teams, but I made the highest one, so that's a big accomplishment.
Absolutely. It's like, we'll punt on 16, 17, 18 as long as we get U19.
Right, pass that up.
Absolutely. Sydney, just in terms of like the understanding of, you know, kind of that, you know, that grind of you know, not only going to the mini camp in Tampa, but obviously the training camp, like just how beneficial has that been for you, and just kind of understanding in terms of, you know, what your output needs to be, you know, maybe what the coaches, you know, are looking for in a stretch 4 or stretch 5 at this point in your career, maybe, you know, versus the you know, the past couple of years, and, you know, in terms of, you know, because not only are you more advanced physically, but, you know, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like you're just a different woman now at 16 than you were when you first kind of entered into this universe of USA Basketball. How has that benefited you?
I think it's benefited me a lot. I think going to these mini camps has really helped me like understand what they look for at USA Basketball, and it's definitely helped me like apply it in this trial and stuff. I think years before I've just been a little bit immature, a little bit more, but I think yeah, definitely going to all these camps has helped me a lot in knowing what they look for and what they want and what I need, like the expectations I need to hold for myself.
From a physical standpoint, I mean, all throughout your youth basketball, and even when you were in 7th and 8th grade, you never backed down from the opportunity to compete against high school athletes. Now you're, one of, if not the best player in the class of 2028, but you're going up against, women in that training camp and now teammates of yours who already have a year of college experience or who are going into to college. Like, did you feel like physically? I mean, I know you're never at peace. You're never, I mean, because it's always going to be a challenge. But like, did you feel a comfort level out there that the best of Sydney Douglas? Obviously, USA Basketball felt that way, but in your heart and in your soul, did you feel that way when when you went through the experience in Tampa and in Colorado Springs? That it's like, that my best is not only good enough to match up against these women, but whatever awaits you in Brno, Czech Republic in July?
Yeah, definitely. I think I did my best. I did the best I could out there. I think they're definitely stronger, and they taught me a lot out there, and I learned a lot from them. But it's good to know that my best could make the team.
And from a spiritual standpoint, because you are such a faith-based woman and or from a faith-based family, like just in terms of patience, and trusting the process, trusting the timing, trusting the Lord's plan, right? So not only if just all that, like I said, that wisdom and that experience and that that perspective that was gained from the previous opportunities to be in USA training camp, but just how important is the faith and just trusting in God's plan and the Lord's timing, that's landed you as a member of USA Basketball now.
Oh, very important. I mean, we prayed every day to make this team. I think God's timing is everything, so you can really only trust that. I mean, everything happens for a reason. So.
Absolutely. In terms of just being part of this incredible legacy of USA Basketball, like you said, what a way to make an impactful debut, to make the highest level team. But I mean, the fact that it comes with a trip to Europe, and getting to experience international basketball. Obviously, a close friend and peer of yours, and Tatiana Griffin, like she just got her gold medal. With that group at the America Cup in Mexico. And no disrespect, certainly a gold medal is a gold medal, and representing Team USA is Team USA. This is the World Cup. This is in Europe on the highest level of international basketball. Just how much does that inspire you and just really kind of just foster that competitive spirit that you have, that we get to see every day in California and the United States when you play domestically, but just how much does that just inspire you and motivate you to know that now you have a chance to showcase that to the rest of the world? Yeah,
I'm very excited. I'm very proud of them for winning. I was calling them while they were there. I wish them the best of luck. I'm super proud that they won, but yeah, I think it definitely motivates us to go out and win. It's harder, obviously, but I think we can do it, and I think their motivation will help.
In terms of just really being present and taking advantage of every opportunity, because for people that don't know, it wasn't just like the high school season comes and goes, and obviously you had an incredible freshman season in terms of contributing to a Southern Section Open Division title and getting to state open regional final, but it's been non-stop since then in terms of traveling all over the country and playing against the best players and competing at the highest level. But like, this one is special, right? I mean, have you been able to be present and even with all the practices and all the training and all the traveling and all the competing, like to really take a moment I'm sure, like when you put on that that number 15 for the first time, competing in the Czech Republic, it'll probably really resonate. But like you and your family, have you really been able to to be present and really appreciate and value what this one means?
I don't think so, not yet. I think it still hasn't hit us all yet, but I think once I go over and have training camp, I think it'll hit me then. Yeah, but Not really. We've been traveling so much. I don't think it's hit us yet.
Absolutely. The fact that in 1997, your mother, Maylana, was not only part of, for people that don't know, the history of the U19 FIBA World Cup goes back to 1985. But the United States did not win a gold medal until 1997. And that just happens to be the team that not only your mom was the captain on, but was the leading scorer on, averaging 17.9 points in Natan, Brazil, and was part of, still to this day, one of the great championship games ever in U19 World Cup history. The group had lost to Australia in group play, came back and won 78-74 in overtime on July 13th, 1997 in Brazil. She had 21 points and 10 rebounds in that final. Obviously, since then, the United States, makes it look routine, and wins gold medals all the time. But she will forever be linked to the first. The team has won the past three. Obviously, you and the group will be going for four in a row. Like, how much have you had an opportunity to talk with your mom about that, and just how incredibly profound is there that it's not just a link to the present and the past of USA basketball, it's a link to the present and the past of your family.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. Me and my mom were bonding over, we were talking about, we were flying into the same spot, which is Vienna, and that's where she flew into. We just talked about it a little bit, and I'm really excited to get to do the same thing as my mom did and feel like I'm following in her footsteps.
Absolutely. Well, you have been for so many years, but this is there's not too many, father sons, father daughters, mother daughter, type links and type legacies in the history of USA basketball. And like I said, the fact that she had an opportunity to contribute in such a meaningful way. Also, I talked briefly about like Jazzy Davidson and Sienna Betts, but there are groups within this team that have, like, you had Addie Bjorn and Jersey Robinson and Emily Skinner. They've been on a team together. Yeah. You had Jazzy and Sienna and Jordan Lee and Olivia McGill and Kaylee Heckle that have been on a team together. Yeah. Like, how important, because how valuable chemistry can be on a basketball team, and when everybody is playing for the three letters on the front as opposed to the name on the back, like, it's people being so giving and so selfless, and wanting like the greater goal for the group. How important or how valuable do you think that's going to be? People who have not only already played for USA basketball but played together for USA basketball. How much do you hope that's going to contribute to the success of this group?
I think it'll contribute a lot. I think when I was there, I bonded a lot with the girls. I know a lot of them from past training camps and stuff. So I think we'll have great chemistry, and I think that will definitely help us come out with the win. And I think in order to be a great team, you have to have great chemistry. So I think we're going to have to build chemistry, and I think we'll do that over in training camp.
And you also know the value and can appreciate, coaches that really have a team-centric focus, and it's like, hey, all of you could be the best on your high school team or the best on your club team. None of that matters. It's like we need to have 12 players all focused on the greater goals and the greater aspirations of Team USA. What's been the vibe and the energy so far with you and this incredibly distinguished coaching staff?
Yeah, we're all like excited for each other's success. I think we all make the extra pass. We're all just happy to be there, and we just want to come out with the win. We don't care about individual stats. We just want to eventually win. Yeah.
So obviously you've been used to winning, throughout youth basketball and at the club level. Did so at the high school level. Want to see you be able to do so at the Team USA level. But there's going to be another challenge on the horizon in the 25-26 school year that you'll have an opportunity to hopefully win for another school and another program at Corona Centennial. In addition to everything that's been going on with all the travel and and all the basketball, like, to be able to make not just a basketball decision, but an academic decision, a life decision, just what really resonated to you and like just kind of spoke to your heart, spoke to your soul, like spoke to your like your family's vision of like why Corona Centennial is right right chapter, right place, right time, right environment for Sydney Douglas.
Yeah, I just feel like it fits our family. I think not only is it good for me, but my siblings can come in and they have a good football program, a good boys basketball.
That's an understatement, Sydney.
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
So I think it just fits our family well. I think, and we got along with everyone there, and I think it's just a great program to be in, and obviously it fits our family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But having gone through the experience freshman year and just understanding like the sacrifice, the commitment, the discipline, the focus, the passion, the love that it takes to excel at the highest level. How much are you hoping to kind of? I mean, you are a unique woman, a unique athlete. You bring a unique energy, a unique passion, a unique love for this. How much are you hoping that not only what Sydney Douglas brings, but also like just the wisdom, the experience, the perspective that you gain from all those high level games and those high level opportunities your freshman year, like to bring to this group to say like, I want to, this isn't just about Sydney Douglas. I want to raise everybody up, and I want them to have the opportunity to, so it's not just about football and boys basketball that people are talking about girls basketball at Corona Centennial, in that same respect.
Yeah, I think it helps me I think I get to work on being a leader and get to not being, like, because I'm usually always one of the youngest on my team, so I think now I get to be one of the leaders on the team and get to find that role in myself, and I think that'll help me a lot as I get older and when I go off to college.
So is the timing of this opportunity in USA basketball to be with like those great coaches and really ask questions and tap into those minds and being around obviously women that you consider friends and peers, but also like to be able to ask them questions and tap in like, hey, what was it about the culture of your program, and what makes a good captain, or what makes a good leader? Like, do you feel like this is like the ideal timing for you? Not to say that USA basketball is ever a stepping stone to anything. Yeah. It's the pinnacle of everything, but like just the fact that like to be able to kind of carry that over to the new group at Corona Centennial. Do you feel like the Lord has kind of sequenced these things ideally for you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, God's timing is always right, so I think I'll definitely get to learn a lot from these coaches and players, and I'll get to incorporate that into my high school season. And
so, I mean, obviously you're going to have the blessing of being surrounded by 11 of the other best players in the United States, but I'm already going to be counting down the seconds, the minutes, the hours, the days, the weeks, and the months to see you and another Sydney on the court together. Again, you've been surrounded by the most elite players in your grade and higher grades and older ages your entire basketball career. Like just what if you can like just manifest like not just her, because there's going to be 3 other players wearing Husky jerseys on the court as well, but like just I mean, if it's not the best post duo in California, the United States, then I need somebody to show me who that is or who that could be. Yeah. What does that potentially look like to you, or what do you hope that looks like?
I haven't ever gotten a chance to play with her, but I think we just need to build our chemistry, and I think we could be the best like post duo in California. We had the size and everything, so I just think we need to build our chemistry and get to know each other and get to know how each other play, and I think we could have a very great season together. Awesome.
Last thing, obviously, it is a business trip to Brno, Czech Republic, and it is the opportunity to play a lot of basketball, but it's also a great cultural opportunity. It's a great like life evolving and developing opportunity. How for you at 16 years old, like how, and even if you were on the AmeriCup team, like went to Mexico, or it doesn't matter that it's just the Czech Republic or just Europe, like but how impactful do you hope this is for you, even outside of the gymnasium, outside the lines, like for you to have this opportunity at 16 years old?
I think it's great. I think I'll get to make lifelong friends and people that I'll get to play with like as the years go on. But I think I just can't get caught up in the moment and have too much fun and I have to be mature when I go out there and not be like act like a kid. So I don't think I'll do that, but just have to.
You are allowed to be a kid. So
Yes, but
like
it's
we don't want that smile to leave.
But like you said, it's a business trip, so I have to. I mean, I have fun, and then I need to lock in for the games, and yeah, I think I'll make lifelong friends, and we'll have a good time out there.
But the fact that USA Basketball and the coaching staff recognizes, respects, acknowledges, appreciates, admires the fact that like you bring that smile and you bring that joy and you bring that love and you bring that passion, but like when you pull the hair back and you put the jersey on, like it's time to go. Like, is that empowering and uplifting to you that you're going to be on the team, with women that are that are 2+ years your senior, but that they realize like that you are built for moments like this, and that's why they trust you to be one of the 12 on the roster?
Yeah, I think it's great to know that they see that in me and that they trust me with this, because this is a great honor to get to represent my country. So I'm very proud of myself, and I think that we're going to do great over in the Czech, and I'm very happy that they see that in me and they wanted me on the team and to be one of the 12. Awesome.
If it's anything like the 1997 experience in Natan, Brazil, we hope that there's no losses and no overtime games, but we do hope that there's the same gold medal experience, just like your mother, Maylana, experienced. Sydney, huge honor, and obviously so well deserved. Stay healthy, and we wish you and Team USA all the best in Czech Republic.
Thank you.